If you watched my previous video on how to make wall art monograms, I showed you how to do one that would be good for just like a single initial, that would be good for nursery art, a child's room, a teen's room, or even an adult room, you know, if you live alone or whatever. So it would be perfect for that. So if you did not see that video, it is the one right below this, or I will link it in the description below. Okay, so we are going to make one now for a family, and there are multiple ways to do this. So as I mentioned in my last video, I get a lot of questions about sizing, and it's really a matter of preference. When you are selling something like this on Etsy, you want to make sure you offer it in multiple sizes, a 5x7, an 8x10, an 11x14, okay? iPicky is awesome because it already gives you the dimensions right here for an 8x10 and 11x14. As I mentioned in my previous video, if there is a size that you are wanting to create to add to your drop-down menu on your options, then you can go to this site right here that is called NinjaUnits.com, and this is converting inches to pixels. So we're making an 11x14. We want it to be a 300 dpi. So all you have to do here is enter your inches, 11, and it tells you the pixels right here, 3300. Okay, so if we put 14, it tells you 4200. So I highly recommend this site, and I'm going to link it in the description below. I jumped right into making this video after the last one, and I have not had a chance to go back and add this link to the other video yet, but I will get to that here shortly. So this is a great site. So whatever size you are wanting to create, okay, you can go here. Now, I teach the fundamentals on what to do. So when I'm getting questions on sizing, I don't know if I'm not understanding what they're wanting, you know, or whatever. So to me, it's just a matter of preference. It doesn't matter what size you're wanting to create. You can create it very easily, okay? And even if they didn't have this size, even if you wanted to make something like a, you know, a 14x20, like a farmhouse odd size, you know, or something like that, then you could put that in here as well. So it would give you the pixels that you would need to enter. So I hope that clarifies on sizing. Okay, so before I jump into this video, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and also the bell notification so you do not miss out on any future videos that I will be uploading. Okay, so we are going to make an 11x14. Luckily in iPicky, this is a size that they automatically offer. Okay, so I did not have to do the pixel work here. It went ahead and told me, you know, what it is. So I'm going to click create, and here is our template. I have talked about design elements, okay? So let me just pull this up here. This is my folder on my design elements. Now, you can purchase design elements directly on Etsy, okay? Or you can make them yourself depending upon, you know, how good you are or how you want to do that. But these are some of my design elements that I have in this folder, and I already uploaded what I wanted to use for this. Okay, so I accidentally uploaded the JPEG version. We want to make sure we are using the transparent background. But before I do that, we are going to make this like a rustic color. Not really rustic, but we're just going to use one of our rustic papers. So I'm going to go to my paper folder. And I should have already had this done before the video on doing this. So hang on just a second here. Okay, so I'm really wanting to add one of my rustic papers, and I actually did a video on how to make rustic papers. It's very simple. It's just a matter of, you know, adding some texture. Okay, so it's not anything that's difficult to do. And then, of course, it's not in this folder. Okay, so I finally found my rustic paper, and what we want to do is we want to completely cover our 11 by 14 template. Okay, and I think that this is just a little bit dark, and I'm going to go ahead and fade that just a little bit because we want it to be light enough to where everything else shows. Now, I'm going to basically do it in this color and then black. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to add my transparent background right here of this image, and I'm going to kind of pull and stretch until I get this how I would like it. Okay, and I'm liking this, but however, I do not like how dark that this is. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on this, and we're just going to fade this to make it kind of like a dark gray. I went to about 28% on this. Okay, so I always make up these fictitious names. So let's say that their last initial was M. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to just type a capital letter M, okay? And I always pause this while I'm picking out a font, so just bear with me. Okay, so I chose my font, and once again, I'm going to take this and fade this to about 28% as well so that it matches this. Okay, and then I know that for my videos I always do like fictitious names, and you can still kind of mess around with this a little bit. So I always use fictitious names, and I think for this one I'm just going to do Casey and Jeff. Let me move this up just a little bit because there's some... Okay. So I'm actually going to type right here Casey and Jeff. Okay, and then right here down at the bottom, I'm actually going to enter some more text, and we are going to put established. We're just going to put EST and a period, and then we can put like what year they were established. So let's say they were established in 2010. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here, I am going to pause this while I pick out my fonts for these, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I have picked out my fonts, and now I'm just wanting to get this placed exactly how I would like it. And I have on here established 2010, Casey and Jeff, and I also want to take this down to about 28% as well so that it matches. Okay. And then I'm going to take this down a little bit as well. Okay. And I've got everything down to about 28%. So now we just need to make sure that everything looks centered okay. And we can actually bring this up a little bit and maybe even bring this over just a little bit more and center this. Okay, so this is something that you could list on Etsy, and you could offer to custom make them a sign just like this. People are going to buy what they see on Etsy because they like the design, okay? And if they see this design, okay, and they really like it, then they are going to, you know, they're going to purchase it because they like this design. So it's you know, something that you could put on there that you're going to customize, and you're going to email it back to them within 24 hours. And the sooner you get it back to them, the better, you know, because the faster you email it back to them, the happier the customer. And then they can print this out and they can frame it. Okay, so the beauty of that, still nothing to ship. You might have to, you know, watch your email, and you might have to customize something. But if you already have these pre-made and blank, all you have to do is fill in the name, okay? And we're just saying that, let's say their last name is Miller, okay? So we're putting M for their last name, and they were married in 2010, or they started dating in 2010, whatever date they want to put there. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this image, and then we need to put this in a mock-up photo, because that is the first image that people are going to see whenever they are on, you know, Etsy. So we want to make sure that we save this image, and then we are going to return back to iPicky, and, you know, at this point we are going to add it to a mock-up photo. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the editor, and we have already saved this. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this design, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add an image, and I'm going to add another mock-up photo that I have. I put it on my desktop just so that I would be ready to use it. And I think I added another one, so hang on. I guess I did not, so we'll just use that one. All right, so is what we're going to want to do here is, this is our mock-up photo, and this kind of gives the illusion of what it would look like if it were hanging on a wall, you know, or a brick wall, whatever. And so we're going to click on our layering tool here, and we're going to upload the image of what we just created. And this is an 11 by 14, and you can offer this in many different sizes if you would like. So we are going to fit this in this frame. And that is how we do that. Now, you can use whatever frame mock-up you want. This was something I got from a scene creator. I really like mock-up photos that are genuinely taken, more so than the scene creator type photos, but still, if you have, you know, anything, it's better to just go ahead and put it, you know, inside of a mock-up frame. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. Also, again, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you do not miss out on any future videos about how to make a passive income online. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.